If you knew what I had to do to prop this camera up and get the best lighting, you would know there is a God. First of all, before I even get started, I am standing in front. This is why I love living with my family so much. There is just abundance of like fruit tree. That's also why I love living in California so much. There is just an abundance of like fruit trees. I really like when I be reading the Bible, it'd be like, oh, we're living in the land of like milk and honey. I'd be like, oh, that must be talking about LA, because everywhere you go, it's just like fruit everywhere, just drop off. You know, some days I'll be like, I ain't even ate yet. Then I'll like walk past an orange tree or an apple tree. I'll be like, ah, thanks, Lord. Anyway, which sometimes means like straight climbing people's fence and going up in their yard, or like, you know, propping myself up. But y'all do not own that fruit. That is what the Lord gave us. Anyway, you know what? I wore a green wrinkle shirt yesterday, and it was a hit because I never took my coat off. And you know what I realized too is yesterday I was feeling fantastic, and I'm talking about actually like fantastic. I went to do this like cartoon. I'm like doing some voiceovers for this like real funny like cartoon that this guy has created. And, you know, I'm just swinging my hair in the wind, and I'm just walking and relating and talking to people. And then I get home and I'm like, I left my earrings here, because I look at, like, I see one of my earrings on the bathroom ledge. And no, I just was feeling so excited. I only put one of them on, and that just brought me to the lesson of like, however you think you looking, you looking. You know what I'm saying? You can have on the red bottoms, but if you feeling like shitty in the inside, you looking shitty on the outside. But if you are feeling like, you know, absolutely marvelous, honey, the outside matches, you know? And I have been actually making an effort to be in my feel good. And let me tell you something, girl, the enemy has been coming for me. When I say the enemy, I mean like Satan, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, really, Satan is really my own thoughts. Like, that is what I want. Like, that's really been my battle, is just to like make sure that I'm like in good thought all day. And let me just tell you, when you try to be in good thought all day, oh, will you be tested, girl? And that is why I be turning to the church music like every 45 seconds. Like, now that I'm like, you know, the road, like on the road to like actually like be famous, like, you know, auditioning, considerable of like, I'm gonna get something from one of these like efforts, auditions and everything. But honey, now I see why my famous friends, like, they're either slow to return my calls or don't return my calls at all. Because, girl, when you try to get famous or get over to the other side of, like, you know, blowing up, oh, if you're doing it, like, you know, the way I'm doing it, like, spiritually, you know, Christ-like, you know, girl, Satan be having a test for you on every corner. Do you hear me? I be having to, like, now I know that's why they're not calling me back, because, girl, they got to listen. They got to meditate from 3 to 6, okay? Then after they meditate, they got to do a 1-hour Bible study meeting, okay? Then after that, they might have to look over a script, but then right after that script, they got to get back into a TD Jakes sermon online, because, girl, you got to protect this mind. It is like you will be straight tested. And one of the tests I've been battling with is forgiveness. Like, you know, I have been, you know, all summer long, I just felt like, you know, some of the words that, you know, one of the friends, you know, a couple of the friends of mine used is just like really offended me, you know, this summer. And I'm just like, you know, wanting to be the forgiving person, you know what I'm saying? Because when I think about like forgiveness, I think about like, oh my God, how ratchet I was, like how I was doing stuff to people out the blue. And they are all like, you know, I've been hitting people up in like years after, you know, to be like, you know, I really apologize about like, you know, how I treated you. And they've all been like, you know, Dell, it's no problem, I forgive you. And I'm just like, you know, you are just going straight to like, all, especially like the people like back in my 20s. I mean, not that I'm perfect now, but I'm talking about like the people that like when I was in like my ratchet 20s and ratchet whatever days, like them people are going straight to heaven. Do you understand? Straight to heaven. Like, do not stop and go. Do not collect $200. They going straight to heaven because they can actually forget. Like, they are actually like forgiving, like call it, what I mean, not necessarily we like talk on the phone, but I'm talking about like I can like see the like actual like forgiveness when I greet them, meet them, talk to them, message them, whatever. And what I'm battling with is actually my younger self, because that's all we really battle with. Like the afflictions that we be, the afflictions that I'm feeling right now from these, people, is really, things that I have also done. But now that it's being done to me, I'm talking about, I'm just getting up, reading the Bible every 30 seconds, praying to the Lord, Jesus, take this from me, take this from me, take this from me, because I really do want to forgive, but I don't want to keep calling you to get the affliction. I call you, I tell you this, then all of a sudden, here come this information I done told you coming back to me through some other source. I'm like, and then I'm like, well, I'm in church and I'm asking, I'm like, how many times am I supposed to forgive? And of course the Bible is always like 70 times 70, then all the preachers and pastors and the deacons and the prayer warriors and everybody is just like, just give it to the Lord. I'm like, I've been asking the Lord to take it. When is he gonna come pick up this delivery? I want to be in a better place, but I cannot, somehow in my brain, I just have to like, I don't know, I just gotta like turn on some music. It is hard. It is a real hard road, because when you feel like, oh, I'm actually a friend with this person, but then you be like, well, are they a friend? Because I know when I'm doing, when I was doing this ratchet thing to these other people, that wasn't that I may have called them a friend physically out of my brain, but like this, I mean, out of my mouth, but like, the things I was doing, no, that was not friend-like. Like they're still friends with their friends, like they're actual friends to this day. And that's another thing I've been going through too, is like the Lord being like, here, I have all these new people, because like in LA, now that I'm like deciding to like make my life in LA, like I want to just be in LA. I don't want to be flying back to New York, let me brag, I do love New York in the summer, and I'll always love New York in the summer. I'll always be there in the summer. But like now I'm just like, nope, it's time to like make my home here, get my connections going here, and like really plant my feet, sink it in. And because like, I have a large family here, I don't be like, oh, wow, where are the friends? Because I'm like now always around my family, but I do see the Lord opening up the new doors to the like people that's on the same road, and I really like enjoy that piece of it. But as a Christian person, I don't want to be like leaving, I don't want to disconnect. I don't want to be one of these people where I be like, well, shit, that's why I had to move on and to let go. Like, if you got to like let people go every 45 days, it's definitely you. You know what I'm saying? So I want to be able to like resolve it. But, I guess it's just going to take some time, guys. Anyway, you get the point. You get the point. You get the point. I'm still in great spirits though. And it's so crazy, as I had a dream last night about the weirdest dream. Like, this dude I dated back in the day, I saw him in the dream, and he was like, he was like, like he was like the person that I had just met, and I was like, wow, that was a change, that was a change. And then I went, I was feeling like, wow, I guess that was my just, the Lord coming to show me that, things are, that people are able to like change, but like only change in the dream, because, once I let guys go, I just like never like return to that same like guy, because, I feel like, I just want to just forgive and move on. But I was just feeling like, wow, that was great, Lord, thanks for letting me have that dream. And then I went back to sleep, and I had another dream, and that I was now entertaining, like dating him again, and he did the exact same thing again. And I was like, I knew it, I should have forgave your ass. And then in that same dream was this girl from back in the day that I had like a dispute with, and it was just like, and then I had a dispute with, but like she actually like, you know, we hugged, and I was like, oh, it's great to see her, and then she did the exact same thing again. So it's just like, you know, and then I read in the Bible, so like every morning I'll flip through the Bible, and I will just randomly flip through the Bible. And sometimes because I've like been on this page, I'll like flip through the page. So like this morning, that's what happened. Like I put this like thing in the Bible, like, you know, in a chapter, and then I flipped to that automatically. So I was like, oh, already read that. So let me flip again. Then I was like, oh, already read it. Flipped again. And it was on this dream. I'm talking about the Bible is absolutely real. If you have been on the fence, it is real. Because it was about Nebuchadnezzar and his dream of the Lord saying that, you know, it was this great tree and all the people were being fed under the tree. And then, you know, he had a dream that somebody was going to take the tree and they was going to, you know, cut it and make it a stump, and the tree was going to roam. And, you know, then Daniel, which is another God's, you know, prophet, one of God's prophet in the Bible, had interpreted the dream. It was like, oh, that means like all your riches are going to be taken from you, and you're going to be grazing, you know, and, you know, it's going to pass over like 7 years, and then you'll return to your kingdom, you know, so you can bow down to the Lord. And it's just like, oh, it's just reminded me to like be humble, like don't forget the people that have forgiven you, Delisi, so you can just move on and like forgive. And that brings me to the next thing I want to talk about is, you know, just thought about the kind of guy that I want to date, like, because I've been like presented with like all these guys, and I'll talk to guys like here and there, you know, but I really want to like get, you know, I really want to find the right partner. And I know the number one characteristic that the right partner needs to have is he needs to believe in Christ. I am tired of these universe dudes. You know, I mean, it's basically the same thing. No. It's not the same thing, okay? I don't pray to the universe, all right? I pray to the creator who created the universe. Why am I praying to his creation as opposed to the creator? Because that is the source. I just need someone who not only believes that, but like been believing that. Like not, oh, I grew up and went to church with my parents when I was little, and then all of, no. I need you to be going now. Not every day, not every Sunday, but like actively pursuing a relationship with the Lord, going to church, doing those things, because you know, as women, we're led. We're like, you know, we partner with someone and they influence us, and yeah, you know, you got to be talking to somebody every day that can like properly influence you. Anyway, I didn't want to make this video that long, but I guess I'm gonna cut it here. Okay, y'all, make sure you subscribe, follow,